am here to tell you how to do the project work. The project work that we are going to discuss today is from Unit 1 of the 8th Standard English textbook of the SSC Board, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so we all know the theme of Unit 1 is family, right? And the project work given for this particular unit is observe any 5 families in your neighborhood and draw your conclusions, advantages and disadvantages of living in a joint or nuclear family. Okay, so here the task given to us is to observe the 5 families or any 5 families in our neighborhood, and we have to draw conclusions regarding the advantages and disadvantages of living in a joint family or a nuclear family. That is, the families that live beside us may be joint families or nuclear families. We have to just observe and then we have to draw conclusions. Okay, so this is the project given to us. Yeah, so what we ought to do is at least take 4 to 5 days, yeah, and jot down one by one. So when you observe a nuclear family, what is the advantage out there? That all you jot down. Yeah, and then observe the joint families and then jot down the advantages and disadvantages. Here in this project work, it is given you either draw conclusions on a nuclear family or a joint family, but we will do both so that we get a practice to go ahead in our higher classes. Okay, is it fine? Yes. Now I'll tell you how to present the project work. So as we are in the starting stage, okay, so I'll just give you a basic idea. And then remember children, when we do a project work, new thoughts, new observations, new ideas should be induced in our project work, not what we already know. So try to get to know new things and then include that in the data that you present in the project work. Another thing, do not refer the internet and copy down the data from there. Okay, project work is for the overall development, for the all-round development of the students. So the only criteria for giving project work for you all is to have a practical knowledge, right, and to know the application of language in our day-to-day life. So you ought to do it genuinely. Another thing, I see students making some designs out there and sticking some stickers and all. That is all not necessary at all. When you do a project work, be focused to the topic. And then neatness, make it neatly. Even if you do not have colors, use the pencil and the black pen and the blue pen and do it neatly. That's sufficient. And when you paste the pictures, take care that the gum doesn't spill here and there. Okay, yes, let me get into the session now. Yeah, so when you do the project work, how you start this is, firstly, in the first page, you take it this way. So you draw the margin. For every page, you draw the margin neatly, yeah, using a pencil or a sketch or a color pen or a color pencil, anything as you wish. And just take an approximate center of the page and write project work in capital letters, right? After this, you go to the next page. I'll even show you in the pages which side what ought to be done. Okay, then we again make the margins, we draw the margins, right, and we write the primary information. Primary information gives the idea about what the project exactly is about. Okay, primary information. Okay, so for this, to find the center, you just fold the page and get to know the center of the page. Okay, so after you have got it, let's say this is the center of the page, as you have got by folding the page, or you can draw with a pencil also, that's not a big deal. Okay, then you start with the first one, that is name of the project. Name of the project. Okay, and then second, you write date of the project. In name of the project, you write the advantages and disadvantages of joint family and nuclear family. Okay, remember, do not put dot dot dash, only put the colon. Okay, so if these dotted lines are confusing for you, I am erasing them. This is just to say that you ought to divide the page into two, and it is such that all the columns should fall in the same straight line. That is the idea, that is the intention of making you fold the page. Okay, so advantages, you can write the full sentence as the place won't be sufficient. I had just made the first two letters of it. Okay, and then you go with the date of the project. On which date you are doing the project, you have to write the date of the project. Alright, and then we go with the mode of the project. Mode of the project. Now that is how you are making this project. How are you collecting the information? Sometimes it is like you go and ask your neighbors. That is interview. Yeah, discuss among your friends. That is discussion. Yeah, and sometimes it is collect information. That is collecting information. But here observe is the task. So our mode of the project is observation. Okay, and then still you can write number of students participated. Yeah, that is now we are doing it as an individual project. Sometimes it is a group work. That time you can write it as 6 students group activity. So number of students participated. I will show you a copy of what I am writing out here, so do not worry about it. Okay, number of students participated, and you can write 1 individual. Okay, see to it that you occupy the whole page. Still you have place left out. You can write the question also. If you have still the place left out, then what you can do is you can add the question. Question is, you can take it as the task, and you can write the question. You can copy down the question from the textbook. Okay, so it all depends how you, if your handwriting is small, you can accommodate the task also. If your handwriting is big, so you can stop with number of students participated. It depends. Do not leave the page empty. It doesn't look good. Okay, so you can fill the gaps using this this one, task. Okay. Yes, next we move on to the main part of the project work, that is the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, how we go about it is, so you know these are the two sides, that is this is our page. When we flip it, this is one side, that is one side. This is one side of the notebook, this is the other side of the notebook. So what we do is we draw a margin, and at this side we paste the picture of a joint family. Yeah, here goes the picture this way, right? And here we write the advantages and disadvantages of joint family as the heading, and we make the tabular column. See to it that you don't merge the tabular column with the margin. Yeah, the margin should be separate and the tabular column should be separate. Use different colors, okay, so that it looks that the tabular column is different and the margin is different. And here again you have to make the lines this way, the columns this way. Here is a serial number, here is a serial number. Here you write the advantages, here you write the disadvantages. So you can make how many points you have made, according to that you make the rows. Okay, same way again here for the nuclear family, right? Same format, whatever I have told you. This side, that is the left hand side, this is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. Okay, so this side you write the nuclear family as the heading. You write nuclear family as the heading, and then paste the picture of a nuclear family, and then again the same way advantages and disadvantages of nuclear family, and then make the tabular column. See to it that the tabular column does not touch the margin. Again the same way, serial number, yeah, and the rows depend on how many points you have collected. That's it. Okay, so firstly you jot down all the points and get started with the project work. It's not necessary that you ought to use many colors and all. If you do not have colors, or if you do not like using colors, try to use the black pen and blue pen and a pencil and draw the column and the margin using pencil and make it neatly and tidily. That is what the criteria is. Okay, I will just show you the copy, how to do it in the notebook. Here we go with the copy. Here we go with the replica, how to go about it. First page you have written project work in the center of the page. Yeah, and then you can leave this page empty because the print of the sketch of what we have written project work comes this side. And then you go with the primary information. The primary information also I'll just tell you what all I have written. First one is name of the project, advantages and disadvantages of joint family and nuclear family. Then date of the project, wherein you write the date on which you have made the project, on the day on which you have entered the data. Okay, and then mode of the project I have written observation. Yeah, and then we go with the number of students participated, and that is 1, that is individual, and you see a little more space was left out. Okay, so I have filled it using task. I have written task and I have copied down the question from the textbook. Right, so this is how you have to maintain the entire page filled up. That gives a good preview of the page. Yes, I hope you have followed it. And look children, I had instructed you to fold the page. Here you can see the folding here. Yeah, I had folded it this way so that I get a straight line wherein I can put my column. Yeah, I have put my column on the folding and everything falls on the straight line. This gives a neat outlook. Okay, this gives a neat view and the right way make the project work to write the information. Okay, and then here you see the number of students participated. Here what I have done, I have written the column at the end of the sentence. Don't write it beside the students. Okay, where this sentence ends or where this statement ends, there you put the colon. That is very necessary. Another thing, don't put dot dot dash. That is for side headings. Put only dot dot. That is the colon. Right? Hope this page is clear to you all. Now I turn the page. Now here you give the heading joint family. And then you stick the picture of the joint family. Joint family, you can just pick up from any old newspaper, or you can just take your own picture with your relatives and all, whatever you have in your album. Just take a print of it in a paper and paste it. Yeah, and then while pasting, just take care that the gum doesn't spill here and there. Just maintain neatness. Okay, and to make it even more good looking, to make it appear even more better, you can just make the edges with the sketches so that it has the outlook of a photograph or a photo frame. Yeah, and then here you make the tabular column. You can give it advantages and disadvantages of joint family, or just joint family is also okay. Okay, and make the tabular column this way. And how many points you have made, you have written those many rows you make. If you have jotted down only 4 points, make only 4 rows, but divide them equally. Okay, so because I have 5 points, I have made 5 rows. If it is 4, make them equally. See to it, none of the no part of the page is left just like that. Okay, so try to fill up the entire page. That looks good. Yeah, again the same way here, you give the heading nuclear family. You paste the photograph or the print of your photograph or any picture from an old newspaper or an old book. And then here the similar table, and see to it the table does not, or the tabular column does not touch the margin. Use different colors for that. Hope you all understood how to make this project work. Yes, there are a lot of efforts being gone for making this video. So kindly subscribe and share with your friends, and then be of some help to the children who are unable to make the project works in a neat way. And children, see to it the entire project work is neat and tidy. Do not waste the page. When you are going for the first time, do it with a pencil, and over that you can do with the sketch and erase the pencil one. In that way you can save the paper too. I have already prepared a video of the same content in Telugu. Yeah, so you can just refer to it in case you do not understand any of the stuff here, whatever I have explained. So do refer that in case you need it, and do share with your friends, and I'll be happy if you click the like button and subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.